addicted to inflatable pool toys.
You don't get any of my soda, okay?
The bigger they are, the better they are.
How can you be into something that's not really real?
I'll kiss him and tell him how much I love him.
You might be too reliant on them.
That isolation can lead to depression, substance abuse, or suicide.
I don't see my life without inflatables.
Now I'm addicted to butt injections. I was a size 4, and now I'm in a size 10.
How many times have you got it done?
54 shots.
That sounds crazy.
Nobody ever thinks that it's that serious until something bad happens. Aren't you mad that she was injecting you with industrial grade silicone?
It can enter your bloodstream, and within minutes, you can die.
My name is Mark, I'm 20 years old, and I'm in a relationship with 15 inflatable animals. My inflatables are the funnest creatures I have to hang out with in my life. I'll eat with them. Wait, want my food? You got your own. Watch TV together.
You're fine, I'll show you like.
I bathe my inflatables. Let's get sure. Snap. I do take my inflatables out swimming.
Mark's addiction to inflatables began 6 years ago when he purchased a whale for his pool. Since then, the 20-year-old college student has added 14 animals to his inflatable family and even prefers them over people.
The thing about inflatable pool toys I love is that they're soft, they're cuddly. The bigger they are, the better they are. Kind of means there's more to love. And it's really nice to have somebody to talk to.
You know, Sammy, you don't get any of my soda, okay?
When I first found out about Mark's inflatables, I thought, that's strange, or how can you be into something that's not really real?
Mark first turned to inflatables for love and affection when he was 14 years old.
My mother really wasn't there for me when I was a child. First time I hugged my inflatable whale, I actually started feeling all that love and compassion that I never got from my mother.
Now he's so dependent on his inflatables, he can't be separated from them for more than a day.
When I'm at school, I start missing them, and it's almost like if I'm going a little bit crazy.
Charlie.
Once I go home, basically give him a hug, give him a kiss, spend like family time together.
Okay, we can talk more about you if we want.
Let's say every one of my inflatables has a different personality.
A little delicate, don't you?
Some like different types of music, some don't. Some like to just be lazy and sleep all day. I would say they get along together pretty well.
While Mark never tries to play favorites, Lila the dragon holds a special place in his heart.
She basically is like a wife to me. She's very pretty and some of the sweetest eyes and smile that, quite frankly, I've ever seen.
You're my pretty girl.
Lila prefers to sleep on me, but once in a while, she'll let me sleep on her back. If I could marry Lila, I would, because I am that much in love with her.
But Mark and Lila haven't taken their relationship to the next level yet.
Me and Lila Dragon don't have sex together. We keep our relationship clean. We just kiss and hug.
Mark's so dependent on his inflatables, the thought of losing them sends him into a panic.
I don't talk about it much, but I had to get rid of one of my inflatables. He would always get leak after leak in him. So after a while, both me and him kind of just decided, you know what, let you go. I'm still trying to get over it today.
I'm concerned that Mark might be a little bit too reliant on the inflatables, especially if like he wants to have a successful future with other humans.
I know I'm not normal. I do love something that's a bit strange, but that's who I am. I don't see my life without inflatables.
My name is Carmelo. I'm 23 years old. I have a 4-year-old son. And I'm addicted to butt injections. Before the injections, I was a size 4, and now I'm in a size 10. I am happier because I never had a butt. It's nice and firm and up how I want it to be up. I picked up more attention than before as far as comment on my butt or something like that. It definitely steps up my confidence.
Over the last 3 years, Carmelo's had 54 butt injections, yet she's never bared her behind to a plastic surgeon. She receives her shots on the black market, getting pumped with an unregulated substance that's been known to include metal lubricant and cement.
The woman who does give the injections, I don't know what her background is like. We meet different places, sometimes in a hotel room. She keep the liquid in a big bowl. The woman says it's liquid silicone, but I don't know for sure.
Carmelo's addiction pisses me off. You don't know what you're getting put into you. Nobody ever thinks that it's that serious until something bad happens.
Carmelo's friend Vanity is a butt shot addict herself, but overcame the dangerous obsession after an infection nearly killed her. She's worried Carmelo won't stop until it's too late.
Every time you go get injected, you roll that dice to see if you're going to be one of the ones that is going to get sick and die.
And Carmelo and Vanity aren't the only people to be addicted to butt injections. In 2011, a woman was charged with practicing without a license after administering hundreds of injections to women across the country, including herself.
Since the 54 injections, I get these light headaches. Do I know for sure it's from the butt injections? Not at all. It could be from anything.
Carmelo is not facing reality right now. Carmelo is a good mom, but Carmelo does not understand that this will take her away from her son.
Despite Vanity's warnings, Carmelo plans on even more injections.
If I got 36 more shots, I think my butt would be the size I want, and it make me happy. Until I'm confident with my body on the inside and out, I can't say that I will not go back.
Coming up, Mark comes clean to his cousin.
I'll kiss him and tell him how much I love him.
20-year-old Mark has been in an intimate relationship with 15 inflatable pool toys for 6 years. He sleeps with them, eats with them, bathes with them, and even talks to them.
You don't get no soda.
Most people in Mark's life don't know his pool toys are anything more than a collection. But Mark's decided he doesn't want to hide his love for inflatables anymore. The first person he wants to reveal his secret to is his cousin.
You know my whole inflatable thing, right?
Yeah.
Did you know that it was, well, an intimate relationship that I have with every one of my inflatables here?
I was just in shock. It was just, I've never heard that before from anyone. What do you mean?
Well, mainly I'll pet him on the fins and I'll kiss him and tell him how much I love him. Mainly Lila would consider like a wife and everyone else kind of like just friends.
The number one thing I'm worried about with Mark is he won't grow out of this. I think he just needs to focus more on building a brighter and stronger future within himself. Obviously really bright, but it's just I think these things in general will just hold you back from certain things in life.
I guess the whole thing is these guys can be there for me all the time, every day, 24/7, whenever I need them. And it's just, also I guess I've always had kind of a trouble dealing with people.
I don't know. It worries me, but like I definitely like accept it. It's what makes you happy, dude. And so like I'm like 100% supportive about that.
When Matt was telling me about his worries, I kind of started to realize that there may be a bit of a problem with my inflatables. But these guys are the reason why I live day to day. I'd just be really sad without them.
23-year-old Carmelo is addicted to black market butt injections. Over the last 3 years, her behind has ballooned from a size 4 to a size 10, but she still isn't satisfied. She's hidden her addiction from her sister, but has decided she's finally ready to reveal the truth and get her advice.
The reason why I want to come over here is to tell you, I've been getting butt injections.
I don't even know what to say. How many times have you got it done?
So altogether, I've done 54 shots.
And you want more? That sounds crazy. What doctor do you go to?
Actually, I don't go to a doctor. It's a lady who I heard from some other girls.
I mean, where do you go to get this done? I mean, is it at someone's house?
No, we just meet at a local hotel room.
It's not normal for people to just meet up in hotel rooms and get butt injections. You know that, right? So, do you know what she's putting in you?
I only know about what she tell me, which is liquid silicone.
Does that worry you? Because she can be putting jelly in you for all you know. I'm kind of like dumbfounded by it. I don't think she's ever thought about how dangerous it is. I thought she had lost her mind. What the hell was she thinking? I'm very concerned about you because what if something's like building up inside of you and one day you get really, really sick? That's scary.
I'm definitely worried, but I'm not all the way comfortable with my body. I still feel like I need to get it at least one more time. I guess she kind of opened my eyes up a little bit about my health, but you want to feel comfortable in your own skin. I just still want to go.
Coming up, can a recovering butt shot addict get through to Carmelo?
Aren't you mad that she was injecting you with industrial grade silicone?
20-year-old Mark has been living with a family of inflatable pool toys for the past 6 years. He's so obsessed with them, he prefers their company over people.
More kissing and hugging for us.
But Mark's best friend Josh is worried how the relationship is affecting Mark and wants to convince him to see a therapist.
You obviously know that I'm totally accepting of it and everything, and I want you to be happy. Some of my concerns are like, let's say you might be too reliant on them, and you might go to your inflatables instead of human contact.
I thought about it. I mean, I kind of grew up with a feeling that, you know, any sort of human that I'd try to talk to wasn't going to really care about me. I kind of had that whole issue with my mother, you know, not giving me enough attention. And the whole big thing that I really love is the feeling of, you know, whenever I like hug my inflatables, that just feels so nice.
I understand that it's hard for you, but I'm just worried that this might have an effect on your future relationships. I think if you are open to the thought of going to a therapist, then I know for a fact that they will, you know, push you into the right direction.
I have given it some thought, you know, if I saw a therapist. But my only worry would be, you know, what if, you know, the therapist just says, you know, completely get inflatables out of your life. I'd probably be devastated if I completely got rid of them.
Yeah. I mean, it's all up to you if you want to go to therapy, but I think that this would actually probably be something really good for you.
I have a bunch of different emotions about seeing a therapist. I'm a little nervous, but maybe I do need help from somebody else.
23-year-old Carmelo can't stop getting black market butt injections. She's had 54 shots already and wants more. Her friend Vanity, who nearly died from the same procedure, is concerned Carmelo's addiction could kill her, especially after learning some shocking news.
The lady that she was getting injected from was indicted. It said in the court documents that she was injecting girls with things from hardware stores. I think that it's important for us to talk because I'm concerned, and I think that she should be concerned as well. Your shot, lady. She just got indicted. She was lying to you. She was lying to everybody else. Aren't you pissed off? Aren't you mad that she was injecting you with industrial grade silicone?
I always heard about her, like, you know, messing other girls up and stuff like that. But to me, in my head, I'm like, no, I need this injection ASAP. I need to get just a little bit more bigger. I'm very uncomfortable with my body.
But you got to find a way to deal with it. Otherwise, it's always going to be a problem. You still wanting a bigger butt?
Yeah. I'm still thinking about going back.
I think that the only thing Carmelo can do is just be bigger than her addiction. She has to realize the biggest thing in this situation, which is her son and which is her health. What do you think about, you know, girls dying, infections, and things like that?
As far as, like, do I think it could be me? Yes, it could be me. It could be anybody. But not only do I not know what's in my body, I did want to get it again.
But the wanting to go get it done is never going to go away. But ultimately, the reason why I decided to stop getting shots is because of my kids. The health problems that can arise from this can take any one of us out. So how do you feel knowing that, you know, one day it may happen?
I feel if anything ever happened, I feel maybe I failed as trying to be the best parent that I always try to be to my son.
And that's why you just got to make sure that you are here for him.
My son is my life. The thought of me failing as a mother, it definitely hit me, and it definitely gave me a whole different mindset of it, butt injections.
And I think that you should go to a doctor and find out what was injected inside you.
I will go. For your concern, my son's and my own, I will go.
Coming up, Carmelo is forced to face her addiction.
You've got some abnormalities on your x-ray.
23-year-old Carmelo is addicted to black market butt injections, a dangerous cosmetic procedure. But a friend worries the shots could be hurting her health and has convinced Carmelo to see a doctor.
What brings you in today?
I got some butt injections a little while ago.
Okay.
And I wasn't quite sure what she was injecting me with.
Do you have any idea what she injected you with? Did she tell you?
She said liquid silicone.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if that's really what it was.
Did she do anything afterwards? I mean, did she stitch up the incisions?
She put super glue, then cotton balls on each shot that she gave me.
You're literally putting your life in the hands of somebody who sounds like they are completely unlicensed, untrained, and they could be injecting God knows what into you. What I think I'd like to do is get an x-ray, because an x-ray can hopefully at least give us an idea of what might be going on below the surface. There's so many things wrong with what Carmelo had done to her. These injections can cause infection. It can cause strokes. There have even been reports of people who've had amputations. It is imperative that Carmelo stop these treatments immediately. So you've got some abnormalities on your x-ray. You can see here, this is your thigh, the fat in your thigh, which is smooth and normal. But up here, it looks kind of spongy, this texture, and that's definitely not normal. So even though you're healthy, it just takes one bad injection to literally kill you. If it's a substance that's not sterile, you could get some major infections. It can enter your bloodstream and it can literally clot up your lung. And within minutes, you can die. And that's it. End of story. The number one thing is you can't let yourself do this again.
I don't think I will be going back to get more injections. And I just hope that I just can learn one day, I guess, just to love my body and just love myself a little bit more than how I am now. I'm very worried that something could happen to me because I have a child to take care of. But I do believe in change, and I know I gotta take care of myself to raise him.
"20-year-old Mark has been in a relationship with his 15 inflatables for 6 years. But his best friend worries Mark is too dependent on the pool toys and convinced him to see a therapist."
So, Mark, can you tell me, do you feel closer to the inflatables than you do to the people in your life?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Do you feel as if they interact with you in any way?
In the back of my mind, it's just, all in my head, but I do feel as if they do communicate with me.
It sounds like you have kind of taught yourself some social skills, in your interactions with them. So I wonder what it would be like to try more of those skills on actual people.
If I talk to these guys, I'm always going to get the reaction out of them that I want. And out of normal people, some of the troubles that I do have is the people don't give me the reaction that I was expecting, and it kind of, throws me off.
Yeah. Having relationships with inanimate objects versus with people worries me because that could lead to isolation, and that isolation in some people can lead to depression and more significant problems like substance abuse or suicide. I wonder what will happen if you continue to rely on them. Do you worry about that?
I have a feeling that, my social skills will probably get, less and less.
And I think it's great that you're aware that that's a possibility, because I think that's some of the work that you could begin doing is phasing them out so that it wouldn't have that negative impact on you.
The therapist helped me realize that my inflatables are getting me used to more socializing with them rather than real people. From now on, I'm going to start spending a little less time each day with my inflatables. I'll still have my inflatables in my life, but they're not going to be the primary part of my life. The day when Lila arrived at my house, it's a day that I'm going to remember for a long time. Very emotional. Because with Lila, I first fell in love with her in a photograph about 4 years ago. I couldn't get her because they discontinued her. One day I found her online and actually got her. And really I was kind of awestruck. I couldn't believe I was holding the dragon who I'd been in love with for 2 years. I sat in the room all day, and I cuddled with her, hugged her, kissed her, and really I just wanted to spend, all the time in the world with her.